Greetings, it's me, Kerie Crystal Moonrise, and I just wanted to do a little bit of talking in this video. Out here just soaking up this beautiful nature, hanging out, getting grounded, and it's lovely. Grounding. You know, I didn't even know what that word really meant until a few years ago, because I didn't grow up with that concept of getting grounded, being grounded. A lot of things in my life were a bit haphazard. Just kind of moving and doing things as they happen with no real necessary rhyme or reason, but just following along with the program of, what I thought my life was supposed to look like. And how many of us do that, right? We just go with the flow of what we think things are supposed to be. We think, oh, by this age, I'm supposed to have met this particular milestone. And if not, then, whatever your personal consequences that you give yourself, right? Or, by the time I'm, that age, I should have done this, that, and the other. And then, sometimes we get to those milestone ages and look back and say, well, wow, that didn't happen. And I remember a certain age that I had reached where I said, okay, by this age, X, Y, and Z doesn't happen, then maybe it's not supposed to happen for me. And I almost gave up on a dream. Almost. I say almost because I didn't let it go. I still held on, even though I didn't quite see the how it was going to happen. Sometimes we get a little locked in on how, wanting to know how is this going to happen. But sometimes if we just let go of the how and just get into the vibratory frequency of where that thing actually lives, then we don't have to worry about the how. It'll just happen. And so I know what I just said may have gone over a few people's heads, because it would have gone over mine a few years ago. So let me just break that down for you a little bit. Everything holds a vibrational frequency. Some things have higher vibrational frequencies than others. So depending on what it is that you're looking to attract to yourself, it lives at a frequency. I didn't know any of that before. And so I was not a vibrational match to the frequency of the things that I wanted for myself. And once I realized that it's really about me getting in tune with myself in order to tune up. When we have vehicles, sometimes we have to take the vehicle to the mechanics and they have to give it a tune-up in order for it to run in an optimal state. Well, sometimes we have to do that with ourselves. Sometimes things reside, because things, I know that makes it sound like it lives, but not sometimes, the way I see it, things are at a specific vibrational frequency. But some things are neutral. Because sometimes we'll say, well, why is it that such and such has this and such has that? well, I don't really look at things like that, personally speaking, so it's a little bit of a challenging example for me to give, because I don't operate from envy and jealousy point of view. So I don't look at other people and wish that I had what they have. I observe what they are working with, and I say, oh wow, because if someone has more than what I have, wouldn't I be kind of doing myself a disservice if I were to look at that individual with envy or with jealousy? I'd be doing myself a disservice, because then I wouldn't be at a vibrational frequency to attract that to myself in order to actually house it and keep it for myself. I'd be operating from a vibrational frequency of theft. Because when people are envious and when they're jealous, they want, and so they take. So since things weren't part of me wants to stop the video. Because sometimes I wonder if I'm just talking to myself in all of this, right? But I'm on a mission, so I'll keep going, because maybe this will help somebody. And even if I just help one person, then I'm doing my job. Because my job is to help raise the vibration here. And that's done one person at a time. And so sometimes we look at social media and we think, oh, I've got to capture hundreds of people to watch this video. I've got, if the way that the society paints the metrics is that if you don't have hundreds of views or thousands of views, then it would appear that you're not important. But important is in the eye of the beholder, right? I have learned a great bit of information from individuals who are not even on social media. So said individuals could start a channel and only one or two people see what they have to say. But does that make what they have to say any less valid? No. But the way the culture has gone is it's gone in a route that, unless someone has perceived view, count, value, that they're not holding the value. But that's a lie. That's a lie. And so I'm so happy and grateful that everyone who is supposed to receive the messages that Source gives me to share, they receive them. And there's not an individual or an algorithm that can stop that from happening. Ever. Because what's meant to be dispersed to the people that are asking for the information, they will receive it. And there's nothing that can stop that from happening. Nothing and no one. So sometimes I wonder, like I'm looking up right now and I see these planes with these huge plumes of white streaks behind them. And I say to myself, you know what? In my world, whatever's in those plumes of streaks behind those planes, those are items that help improve the environment. Items that help improve people's health. Because health is wealth, right? Items, things that help spread the awareness of love and the wonderment of being present, being in the now moment. Because thinking of it in any other way would only give energy to specific agendas that I don't align with. So I make my own agenda. And I say that anything that is being done in my world is only for the betterment of the people. Is only for the uplifting of the people. People shouldn't have to work as hard as they do. And miss out on family. That's not right. In my world, all of the tools and resources that are available to us are there to uplift the people so that we can enjoy our lives and not spend the majority of it working. And then working for, did you know, and I know I'm veering off for a moment, did you know that there's an endless flow of resources, of monetary resources? There's an endless flow every second. There's an endless flow every second. Why is it that people are working so hard and not, in a lot of cases, some people have to experience such hardship? Now listen, I do recognize that there are things that happen that, decisions that we make. We all make certain decisions. But if someone does not have all of the information to make an informed decision, then that's not fair. I feel I'm looking up because I have all these little bugs just on my ring light, just staring at me. So I guess I have an audience of creatures in front of me right now. And just like they're not budging, just staring at me. Anyway, But where was I? I guess my bottom line point is that people should be made aware of the options. But I also recognize, okay, this is a bit of a labyrinth, right? Life, a labyrinth. But there are those who really, 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 really want to find their way through this labyrinth of life. And there are those who have the knowledge of how to get through it. And so I'm so happy and grateful that everyone who wants to get through the labyrinth of life successfully is able to, because those teachers, those leaders, those people with integrity that have the intentions to actually help uplift and bring people through to the other side, which, what is the other side? The other side is your best life. That's actually what the other side is. Being able to experience your best life. I didn't know that there was such a thing until about maybe a year and a half ago from the recording of this video. I was living a good life. Definitely. I'd say I was living a good life, but I didn't have a concept that there was such a thing of being able to live your best life. I thought that was just cliche. I didn't know that was actually like really a thing. And so once I recognized that that was really a thing, I latched onto it. So every hardship that would come my way, I would know I could get through it because I was on my path to my best life. And how do you get there? It's a decision. You decide that you want to be a vibrational match for it. So when you do that, that means you are making a decision to release some things, to let some things go. And sometimes that can be painful, especially when it involves people, individuals, friendships, circumstances. Sometimes in order to get to whatever your best life timeline looks like, you have to become the best version of yourself. Whoa. And when you become the best version of yourself, that means you're releasing toxicity, whether that's certain toxicities of items that you may put into your body, right, with foods and other things, and whatever that means for you as an individual, releasing your toxicity. Sometimes that's not so easy. It's more easily said than done, right? And also releasing toxic relationships. Easier said than done. But when it comes to really wanting to experience your best life timeline, do you do what it takes or not? And if not, then you settle for whatever you settle for. But I have discovered that I am no longer settling. No longer settling. I'm not settling for myself. So I certainly will not be settling with anyone else. Let me make sure I don't have any little bugs in my hair. Critters falling from the tree. Anyway, that's it. Just talking, just shooting the breeze. No real theme for this video. I just felt like turning the camera on and talking. It's a lovely day. Consider getting grounded. Consider going outside. Consider finding a local spring wherever you are for some fresh, natural spring water. Consider going to the beach. You know, get grounded, put your feet in the sand, put your feet in the water there. Whatever that might look like for you to get grounded. If you're not able to get grounded by going somewhere, you can always give yourself a foot soak. Get some salts, some Epsom salts or some sea salts, and just soak your feet in some salts. That's grounding. Or just go outside and put your feet on the grass and just stand there for a couple of minutes. That's getting grounded. Just go outside, breathe some fresh air. That's getting grounded. Lots of different ways to get grounded. Anyway, I'm hoping that this was helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun social stuff. I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. Thank you for your time. Oh, visit my website if you are interested in any spiritual intention supplies, metaphysical stuff, things like incense, essential oils, candles. I've got just so much stuff on my shop. It's rattling it off. I have to just kind of come up with a list. But there's just so much stuff. It's fun. I enjoy going to my shop. And anyway, so that's it. Take care. Peace.